What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my portfolio update video. We're going to jump straight into my portfolio, then we'll jump over to the dividend tracker, see what dividends are paying out next month, and then we'll jump over to my dividend tracker spreadsheet and dive into that and see what that's looking like. But my trading 212 at the moment, as you can see here on this graph, finished last month. My portfolio was sat at £15,760, and that was up 3%. And as you can see by the graph, it's continuing to still grow in that upward trend, which is always good. So at the moment, my portfolio is now at 16,770 with a return of £500, which is perfect. As you can see there, I invested £6,259 so far, and I'm up £500, which is pretty decent. Let's go straight into my stocks. So Abbey, still got one share of that, which is currently up 12%. That is doing lovely. I've been trickling money into here. Whenever I do have the spare cash, I do just put it into Abbey because it is a decent stock, as you can see here, and it does pay out a decent dividend also. And you won I added this year, currently just shy of £100. Again, this is performing pretty well, and I'm up 35% of this. I do want to put more money into it, but it is pretty high at the moment. The stock is currently sat at 192. As you can see there, I bought it just around the 145, so it's pretty high to what I did buy it at, but I may put some more money into that in the future if it does keep growing. Aviva is a UK stock of mine. The goal of this to get this to 300, exactly the same as Legal and General. Again, this is performing pretty well at up 8% in the green. As you see by the graph here, it is up and down, but currently in that green. Bank of America, this is what I'm just sitting on, not really touching it. Dividends do get reinvested. It's currently up 14%. Again, 6 shares of that, and it's currently in the green, which is always good. Coca-Cola, it's a long-time holder of mine. This is one I want to hold over the long term. It is a growth stock for myself, 12 shares, and I'm currently up 0.41%. As you can see by the graph here, just above that line there for myself. So as long as it stays there, then I will keep dripping into this Coca-Cola, and it will slowly grow in the future. QILP is a covered call ETF that I invested into. I put £1,000 into it. Currently got 119 shares of this, and it is up 1%. It is constantly bouncing between the red and the green, which I'm not too bothered about, because with this, it's all about the dividends. It's currently paying me, I think it's £12 a month, or £13 now, because I reinvested last month's cash and it's gone into it, bought an extra share, and the share price is £13. So pretty much with this stock now, every month I'm pretty much buying a free share. So every time it pays me dividends, it basically buys me a free share, and each month it's just going to keep paying more and more, and then hopefully by the end of the year or mid-year, the dividend starts buying me 2 shares, and so on, and it just keeps growing by itself. I'm not looking to invest money into this currently because I don't know where the cover call's going at the moment. Like I said, I put £1,000 into this. I did drip or trickle more money into this ETF. But like I said, this is all about the dividends, getting the dividends paid out. It's a monthly payer, and like I said, it is paying well, and it's giving me a free share each month. So the goal is to watch that grow over time going forward. Green Coat, this is down 6%. It's probably one of my only ones that's in the red. This and Reality Income. This one, it was a lot lower, I think, last week or the week before. I think I was down 20% or something along those lines. It has bounced back up, which I'm happy with. It did just pay me a dividend as well yesterday. This one, 130 shares. I'm just going to hold this and see what happens. I'm not too sure where this company's going just yet. It's something I'm watching pretty closely and seeing what happens. If it hits the green, I may sell it. I don't know yet. EQQQ, this is a new one again. I invested into the start of the year. Currently up 4%, and it's constantly just in that growth, just keeps growing. The whole lifetime of this stock, it's just been on the incline. Again, it's another ETF of mine, and it's something I want to keep investing into. Legal and General, 300 shares of this, and again, this is it's been on the up and down, currently up 0.35%. It's bouncing between the red and the green. I'm just going to hold this now, not invest any more into it at the moment, but the dividends, it's around 40 to 50 pounds, so that will just get reinvested. If it does go into a red and have a big drop, then I might invest into it again. So if it hits somewhere down here in that bottom figure, then I may put more money into it, and hopefully it jumps back up to here, like the 310 mark. Just depends on how it goes, but I'm happy to hold 300 shares of that. Main Street Capital, this is my yearly challenge. So every week I'm investing £7, so it pretty much equals £1 a day. So I'm investing £1 a day into Main Street Capital. This is a strong company at the moment. It is a REIT and it pays monthly. So like I said, investing £7 a week into here for a year and just see what happens with that dollar cost averaging, and also with the dividends coming in monthly, how this project or challenge grows. And it's currently up just shy of 10%, so it's doing pretty well at the moment. Microsoft, exactly the same as Coca-Cola. This is a growth stock of mine. This is what I'm be holding in the long term. Currently up £255, which is lovely. 35%. Really tempted to sell this just because I have that £250 profit, but obviously I'm not going to sell it. That'd be stupid. Unless I sold it now and bought it if it drops back down to 250 or something. But what's the chances of that? The way the world is going at the moment, and AI and everything, technology is booming at the moment. So again, like I said, it's a growth stock. Keep hold of this and just keep dripping in the money at the moment. Again, another new one that I invested into at the start of the year. I'm glad I invested into it because I was looking at forums and the community on Trading 212, and pretty much everyone was saying to sell because it was up so much, or not to sell, not to buy because it's so high. I bought it, as you can see down here, at around 550, and now it's currently sat at 791. So I'm pretty glad I bought it when I did, and now I'm currently up 52%. Reality Income, like I said, this is my biggest loss, but I'm not too bothered. This is a long-term one for me, and again, this is a monthly paying dividend, which I'm looking to grow. At the start of the year, my goal was to hit 100 shares of Reality Income. It is the end of Feb, and I've already hit 100 shares, which is pretty good with that. It's currently still sat at $52 a share. So I might just keep investing into this while this is as low as it is, and try and get that average cost as low as possible. And then hopefully when interest rates and all that changes in the future, this price or this stock will go back into the green. At the moment, the world and interest rates are pretty down, very gloomy and loomy. So I'm pretty happy to dump all my money into ticker symbol O, and hopefully in the future, all this will pay off. The Vanguard All World High Dividend Yield. This is doing pretty well. I think this is my biggest holding in my portfolio, and again, this is all about dividends. So this is a high-paying dividend, as the title says. Currently got 102 shares, and it is up 6%, so £323, which is lovely. I wasn't expecting this stock to do this well. I thought it would just basically stay in a straight line. It has pretty much been in a straight line, but it has had a climb, been bouncing back and forth, and it's slowly climbed again. So hopefully this does just keep growing. Again, this pays me about £50 in dividends, and again, the share is currently sat at £50. So hopefully the dividends, as it comes in, it buys me a free share plus the money I currently invest into this. So that's also doing pretty well. And also the S&P 500. I invested into this late last year when I sold out of the almost daily dividend pie, and I basically chucked all that money into the S&P 500. Got me 20 shares, currently up 10%, which I'm pretty happy with. And again, the S&P 500, really good track record of constantly just growing and growing. So this will just keep growing over time. So that is something I will just keep investing into every week, every month, going forward. So that is pretty much my portfolio in a whole. So jumping over to the dividend tracker, this is an app I use to track my dividends, mainly the payouts and when they're looking to pay out. But it does have a nice little graph here. My dividend yield is currently sat at 5%, which is pretty nice. If I can sit between that 4 and 6% mark, then my stocks are doing pretty well. Monthly income, looking at around £100 average at the moment, and annually looking at £642. But the biggest one is the payout calendar on here, which when this loads up, so this app, it just basically shows you, as you see there, a monthly breakdown or the yearly breakdown of when I'm getting paid out. So this month, March, I'm looking to earn around £66. I think that is a bit off because a couple of stocks that I manage doesn't exist on here. So QYLP is not on this app, and that pays me out monthly, and it pays me out, like I said, £13-14 a month. So that's not on there. But I'm hoping March I get close to £100 a month. So I'm hoping this is going to be my first ever £100 dividend month. So here's the calendar, and if I click on the blue squares, it tells you who's paying out. So Microsoft is looking to pay out on the 14th, around $2. 15th, Main Street Capital and Reality Income, looking at $25, $1. 26, Legal and General, again £41. Nice little 1 cent from that. Bank of America, $1. And again, like I said, QILP also pays out monthly, but it's not on here. So that's something to put into consideration. And then scrolling down, it also gives you a breakdown of what pays what and when. So obviously these figures in the future will change the more I invest, etc. Like reality income, if I didn't invest ever again, this is how much it'll pay me monthly. But obviously that's going to get reinvested, so that's going to change. Reinvested. So these will just keep growing and growing every month. So these are the US currencies, and then also the UK paying stocks also. So over to my dividend tracking spreadsheet. Here, monthly dividend income. So you can see there, the more information I put into this spreadsheet, the more it'll give me feedback wise. Last year, I earned a total of 269 pounds or dollars in dividends. So far this year, 2 months in, I've earned a total of $59. You can also upload your positions here. So all my positions here, number of shares, average cost, etc. The main one here is my dividend log. So this month, or in Feb, Abby paid out 59 cent or pence, whatever you want to look at. QILP, like I said, that paid me £15. Everything here is in dollars, but I just put it in as dollars, but it means pounds for myself. Greencoat paid me £4.48. Main Street paid me $1 or £1. And then Reality Income, ticker symbol O, the monthly dividend paying favorite of everyone's, paid me $13. So here you can see how Main and O have paid me and basically the growth of the stock. So O, 52, then £1.20, £1.50, £4.90, £5, £5.20, £9, £9.70, £9.71. Not too sure why that went down, but $10, £30, £10.59, £13, and hopefully this one here then March will be 15. So you can see how it just keeps growing, and it's just going to keep doing that over the time. Same with Main Street and QILP. So 51, 50, 11, 12, 15, probably 16, 17. It's going to keep going. Hopefully, at the end of the year, this is sat at like £100 a month. Then I'll be laughing with that. So pretty much this month, I've earned a total of £35 in dividends. Like I said, last year, where was I sat at last Feb? Last Feb, I earned 40 pence or 40 cent. So that is a huge difference. I'm up pretty much £34 from last year already. So that is it pretty much for this month's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.